I am super excited. We're unboxing a new SawStop. I actually have a lot of experience with SawStops at work. We have a couple in the classroom. This one's all mine though. I get to have this at home, and I'm really looking forward to setting it up and playing with it. Let's do an unboxing video. It's in the truck right now. Yeah, get some shoes on, kiddo. Here we go. This is what we got. It is a SawStop 10-inch contractor table saw, model CNS175. This is gonna work. This hopefully is gonna work. We gotta get this thing into the garage. Yeah, so they are really heavy. As much as these kids want to help, I don't think my insurance would be too happy with that.
Hi, everybody. Hi. Hey, everybody.
And we're just gonna ease it down slowly.
Okay. All right.
Got it. I got it.
Got it from here. Okay.
All right.
Nice.
Raccoon party.
Raccoon party.
Probably the defining feature of a SawStop is that it's got this smart sensor that can detect if your finger gets caught in the blade, and it can stop the machine in an instant. So we're gonna go ahead and cut the straps on here. It's my first unboxing video. Okay. Some assembly required. So we'll start with what's on top here. We've got a nice poster. This is pretty beefy. I'm a terrible unboxer. I'm just wrinkling everything. Assembling your contractor saw. So we've got some step-by-step instructions in chart form, glossy paper, heavy cardstock. Pretty nice. We have our package of nuts and bolts. There you go. This looks like a belt guard. Pretty beefy plastic. Hardware pack number 2. This helps align your brake. This is our Allen wrench for doing most of our adjustments. A couple other Allen wrenches. These little brass keys, these are the bypass mode for the SawStop brake, which is pretty important to keep around. Oh, I know what this is. This is our blade guard with a riving knife. This part right here is your splitter or riving knife. It sits behind the blade and helps keep your cut from pinching together. You can see there's some flip-up spikes. I call them dogtails because they look kind of like a dogtail. Wood moves through here. It can move in one direction, but it can't move back the other direction. So it's kind of like those little one-way spike strips in a parking lot that you can drive over one way, but it'll pop your tires if you go the other way. That's a really important anti-kickback safety measure. If you get a piece of wood that gets wedged in there, you don't want it coming back at you at high speed. The dogtails come with a little spring at the top. It's kind of nice to be able to flip these up and get them out of the way when you're not making a cut, and then flip them back down when you do make a cut. Just little safety features like this that I really appreciate out of SawStop. This is not a sponsored video in any way. I just really like the product. The guard here, this is also kind of nice. You have this sort of articulated, segmented plastic. There's 3 individual rotations here on each side, so 6 in total. And this covers the blade. When you push a piece of wood through, then these will get out of the way, but they help prevent any side-to-side entry here. It looks, there's a little spring tension bit here. Does this come up? Okay, yeah, it does. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so you can actually take this off. I noticed there was a little spring right here. I was wondering what that was for, and it looks like you can kind of get this in, pull it forward, and then this peg right here goes into this little notch. So kind of like that. And like that. I really appreciate design like this because safety gear is really important, but sometimes you have to take it off and get it out of the way in order to do certain operations. And if your safety gear is something that has to be bolted on and it's a pain to remove it and to put it back on, you're more likely not to use it in the first place, which defeats the purpose entirely of any sort of safety gear. So I really appreciate being able to quickly remove this. You know, being able to take this off means I'm much more likely to keep this installed without taking it out. And that's just really good design on the part of SawStop. I super appreciate that. I'm really looking forward to being able to use this. That's upside down. I cannot install this upside down. I'm prone to doing that. A lot of us are. And if you can't install it the wrong way, then that's even better because you're less likely to screw it up. What else do we have? Okay, here is the SawStop manual. Up next, these look like black anodized, very shiny metal. You can see there's a really good reflection on that. It looks beautiful. It's well packaged too. There's no nicks or dings or anything. I mean, there will be by the time I'm done using this thing. I do also like that they're also letter coded. This one is letter F. We have... Okay, so I think the last parts were the frame. These look like legs. These are kind of triangular. These are just more legs. Okay, these two things, I know what these are. These are going to be your crank wheels for height adjustment and angle adjustment. So this looks like kind of a cast material, plastic handle. And then this little cap right here, this guy is going to be for tightening down these crank wheels. Got an extra little piece in here. It looks like the handles themselves are pretty much the same, probably interchangeable. These knobs are the same. One of them came with one of these tubes. I'm not quite sure what this is for, but I'll read the instructions and find out. Okay, we got something tucked down in here. Oh yeah, I like that branding on there. Let's get this out. Beautiful. Nice SawStop decal right there. I think there's a little vinyl decal, vinyl sticker or something. And then these, I think, are probably backs and sides. We have a back piece, and then these are more side pieces. Very important feature of any table saw. If you don't know what this is a miter gauge. This allows you to make crosscuts. Any table saw that you get brand new is going to come with one of these. So this allows you to safely push this through. It's going to support the back of my workpiece so that it doesn't come flying back at me. And so this is really important to have. If you get a new table saw, make sure it's got a good miter gauge. You can see that there's a little angle gauge right here. So I can loosen this right here, and I can, looks like I have to pull this back here. I can change the angle and I can lock it down. I can go all the way up to 60 degrees on either side, so if I need to make a 60-degree angle cut, I can do that. Looks like it's made out of solid aluminum. You can see it's pretty thick aluminum, nice and solid, not likely to bend unless you really bang it or drop it or something. Looks like we're done with the first layer. Here we go. Oh man, it's got that new tool smell. Oh boy. Yeah, that's good. That's a beautiful machine. Hoo boy. Look at that dust collector port. That's a good 4-inch, I think. That looks like some kind of motor in there. This right in here, I can see there's a little red button on the front. There's also a key on the side. That's going to be the control box, the power box. That's got all the little guts and brains and stuff. It's your on and off switch. There's a couple things on the side that are packaged up. Some little wires in there, cables, probably power cord of some sort. A few other little packaged things. Oh boy, that's heavy. This is a stamped steel wings, side wings, whatever you want to call them. So these guys go on the side of the table saw and just basically extend your side-to-side width. The contractor grade comes with 2 of these. So there's one here, there appears to be another one. Good branding right there. You got the SawStop logo. I don't know what gauge steel this is, but it's got some good heft to it. The big difference between the contractor grade and what I have at work, the industrial grade, and there's also a professional grade in between. Instead of stamped steel wings, it has cast iron, which is significantly heavier, and as you would expect, is going to end up being a lot more durable. So you can get cast iron wings for the contractor grade, and I went ahead and did that. I'm supposed to be getting those tomorrow, so that's actually going to be an upgrade to these stamped steel wings. For me, I know that I'm going to be using this saw a lot. It's more comfortable for me because that's what I have at work. These stamped steel wings, I can't see anything wrong with them. They would work perfectly fine. They'll be nice and level and flat for you. There's really no reason not to use these unless you're like me and you're kind of snobby about the things that you buy. So it's your money. Do what you want with it. These are the wrenches you would need to change your blade. So you can see there's a little angle to this wrench. This is for comfort. This allows you to get in. Twisting these opposite of one another will either loosen or tighten the arbor nut, which is how you mount your saw blade securely to your table saw. Okay, that's a hefty boy. You know what this is. Oof. That's your motor right there. So we got our big beefy motor right there. We've got an indicator. It says motor rotation. Looks like a nice little spring lock right here. That's going to be good for your belt tension. There's your specs. 1.75 horsepower. That's actually the lower end that you can get, but it's good for this small unit. Let's set this down. Oh, we missed one. First, we have our belt for our motor. Rip that. Guess I didn't need to rip that, just kind of fell off the bottom. A nice little V-groove belt. This is also going to be a really important tool. This right here is one of your most important safety features on a table saw, aside from your brain. You know what this is. It's a push stick. Push your wood through, so if this gets cut, it's no big deal. Your finger is a big deal. Alright, we got some cables here, so I want to try to avoid cutting those. That would be very bad. Got a little bit of, a bit of silica gel if you need silica gel. So this one I can't fully take out because it is wired in there, but this is your control box. It's your power switch, on and off switch, circuit breaker button. You have a sticker here which it'll tell you all your little status lights, indicator lights. I think that's everything else actually. Just got back from the store to pick up some of my accessories. So here they are. We have the cast iron wings, which are going to replace the stamped steel wings, which came with the unit. We also have the T-Glide fence system. So this is going to have multiple parts. It's got this 36-inch extension table, gives you a little extra room to work with. There is the T-Glide fence, and these things are nice fences. I love these. That's why I wanted to spend the money to upgrade that fence. Up here is the rail system which holds it all together. You'll notice on the box it says 36-inch rail assembly for inline router table. There is an inline router table accessory available for these machines. I'm not opting for that. I have a router table. It works just fine. I don't need to replace it. But if I decided later to add that, I could. So let's get these all off the machine and do another unboxing. Looks like it's gonna slide out here. First thing that came out of this box is a triangular mounting bracket. Let's see if... So it looks like in the back here we have... These appear to be the legs. Yes, indeed they are. So we have this about same thickness steel anodized black heavy duty legs. They've got the holes for levelers on there. Very nice, very sturdy feeling. Let's finish this, make sure nothing falls out the backside here. This box is empty. And opening to the plastic. This is the extension table. It feels like it's a phenolic surface. I'm not 100% certain, but that's what it feels like. Flipping this upside, oh, looks like we've got some. All right. Everything is just clearly labeled, very well organized. This is some good packaging here. And even on the back, you can see it's got everything labeled. So when you flip it around to open it, it's got little perforated tabs here. You can still see what it is that you are getting into. You can see that it is wood construction. You have a wooden frame. This looks like just some pine. Our fence. I love this fence. This right here is an upgrade fence. It does not come standard on the contractor model SawStop. So let's take out some of the smaller things. This is going to be a hex wrench and also a hex key. Oh, okay. So we have another poster. Nice laminated solid poster. Oh, there's two of them. Oh, okay. One of them is installing your T-Glide fence system on your SawStop Contractor saw. And then this is, oh, looks like they accidentally sent me two of these. So these are exactly the same thing in case I need an extra one. So we have our hardware pack. You got your very own owner's manual. We'll try lifting one side. Alright, so this piece of styrofoam also has the handle in it. Alright, oh man. Okay, nothing more in there. Here's the handle to the fence. It's pretty hefty. This is pretty solid. Hard rubber plastic material, very comfortable to use. Again, very heavy. It's got a lot of heft to it. Good handle. But we're going to take this out. Try and open this vertically here. And there is our fence. It's definitely got some heft to it. You can see the SawStop branding across the top. It looks beautiful. The center tube is that same anodized black steel. Let me turn this around here for you. You have these sort of magnifier lenses here. You can see very clearly what marking you're at, and it's got it on both sides. So you can actually use this fence on both sides of the blade. If you flip this over, you can see that we've got some silicone pads here. These make it glide very nicely. Now you might be able to see in this shot, you have some holes here. And what these are for getting the hex screwdriver in there. You can adjust it up or down depending on how this lies on your table saw, and it's a really nice feature to have. Here's one. And here's two. So these things here are the cast iron wings. These go on either side of the table and provide a little extra workspace. They're also very heavy, being cast iron. A lot heavier than the stamped steel wings. So let's get these opened up. All right. Installation instructions here. And I'm not going to take these out of the bag, but we got some mounting hardware. I'm not sure what the difference is between these bolts and what's already provided with the stamped steel. These may just be some extras in case, you know, you don't have the originals, but we'll leave these in the bag for now so they don't get lost. Yeah, that weighs a few pounds. We're going to go ahead and clean this off with a clean rag. Well, a rag anyway. I can see my reflection in this. This is cool. This is our last item to unbox. This is going to be the fence rail. It's the thing that goes onto the front of your table saw that the fence is going to attach to and glide to. It's also going to help align all of your extension tables and wings and keep everything all level and lined out for the life of the product. So we've got a few pieces here. Okay, so starting off, the first two pieces that we come out are the front rail and back rail. These basically help to stabilize all of your extension wings. Now we've got this other box, we'll cut into that. Now this is the actual rail that the fence sits on. Oh, that's slimy. It's a good slimy. This is the part that the fence actually glides against. You've got rulers on both sides. This is where the saw blade's going to be lined up with. And you have the long ruler on the right side, and you also have a little short ruler on the left side if you need to make left-handed cuts too. Well, alright folks, that pretty much does it for this unboxing video. You may have noticed partway through that I was working off of an assembled table saw. That's because I was also shooting the assembly video at the same time. If you'd like to see that video, I'll be uploading it next week and you can check it out on my channel. And if you don't want to miss the next video, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. Leave a comment if you have any questions and I'll do my best to answer them. Until next time, I'm Mr. Lauer. Thanks for watching.